EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he goes out right around the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check, 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one as a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Rodgers again now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams, 37 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards remain for second down. First carry for a Kenosha native and former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. Now Gordon on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Six 0 our score after 1. Play action now. Bridgewater trying to lay one up deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the ground with a tight end. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Dillon. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Out of the end zone comes And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Bridgewater to throw it. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Play fake, Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Packers pick it up, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Scantling over the middle. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
56 Mike. 56 Mike. Go. Go.
Now Jones. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Rodgers to throw. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. Being chased out left. Gets this to Fant. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers have just about sewn up this foot. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here, and off we go from Lambeau. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
That is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
On first down, Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Working from the gun, Rodgers finds a seam inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. We're scoreless after one. Second and 4. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And the Packers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Here we go now on first and goal. Tight end carry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I'd just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dillon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Tyler Lancaster in there to bury him for a loss of 11. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Wentz now on first down. Complete to Hilton. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring the
58! Blue 59! Green 18! Green 19! Green 19! Green 18! Blue 15! Green 19! Green 18! Green 18! Green 18! Blue 15! Green 18! Green 19! Green 18! Blue 15! Green 19! Green 18! Green 18! Green 18! Green 18! Blue 50! Green 18! Blue 58! Blue 58! Green 19! Green 18! Green 18! Green 18! Blue 15! Blue 58! Green 19! Green 8! Green 19! Green 19! Blue 58! Green 19! Green 18! again. Green 18! Green 18 down! Blue 58! Green 18! Green 18!
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. First down, it's Fields. Dancing to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Play action. It's Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Handoff comes to Montgomery. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Returnable for Grant. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Off play action, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Fields. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. To try again after the sack. Fields.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Steps away and he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Fields. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Rodgers going to throw. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Rodgers to throw once more. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 50, here's Fields. Flushed out right. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. Powerful running. Still on his feet. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin taking it in from 7 yards away as the Bears push further out in front. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting at my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute. I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Rodgers again now. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 31 yards. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. On first down, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission.
Rodgers now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check. Uncle over here. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Switch, switch, switch. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score and striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked out all week long.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd.